Hi, I'm Any New Province, and I just finished up the league with Blue-White Prowess. It was a really good night. There were some awesome wins. There was a couple of tough losses, but in all, I think Blue-White Prowess is a great deck that really wants to be fancy and do super cool things. I gotta thank JSeries84 again for the awesome deck list. Thank you so much for giving it to me, and I'm really glad I got to play it this week. I'm just here to remind you guys that you can like the video down below or subscribe to the channel. I'd really, really appreciate it. It lets me know that you're enjoying everything, and it helps keep me going, making great Pauper content. So thanks so much, everybody, and I hope you enjoy the leagues. We're on the play. Match 1. Blue-White Prowess. Weirdest old hand, but I think turn 1 Delver. We're an aggressive deck. I think that's good enough. We'll keep it. Yeah, EDH sounds fun, Sapro. I don't play as much EDH as I'd like to. It's a super cool format. Opponent's going to 5. That's awesome. That is sweet. It's like I forget how to play this game. It's like I don't play this game for hours weekly. I'm like, what are the Fs I have to press? Okay, so Island, Delver, and go. Pretty Island. Oh no, I hope I picked the right lands. I hope I don't have a bunch of mismatched lands. Oh, they're gonna kill our Delver. That's a bummer. Okay, let's play another Delver. And we'll play a fetch land. I didn't want to save it with mutagenic growth. I feel like this is more valuable later. We have another Delver to protect with it now. And there's another disfigure, so let's mutagenic growth. Pay some life. Give our Delver +2/+2. It's going to get -2/-2. It's going to be a 1/1 again. And it looks like they were on 1 swamp, which is pretty good news for us. So let's go get our white mana. We don't have a ton of it. Flip Delver? Blind flip? Blind flip. Let's do it. Journey to Nowhere. Is it a non-creature spell or is it an instant or sorcery? It's an instant or sorcery. Okay. So don't reveal that. That's good to have in the pocket, though. Go to combat and attack with a Delver. I won't Vapor Snag it or anything like that. This deck has a few threats to lean on. Opponent's still on 1 land. They're going to pass. Oh, they're going to play Dismal Backwater. Okay. So blue-black control. I'm pretty glad that they're missing land drops. But we're going to have to flip this Delver here soon. No, we don't want to flip for Spell Fist, but let's resolve it in the meantime. And get in with the Delver. Play my new Alara Enchantress Brew. Got hated out of the game pretty quickly. Might be a good indication, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, don't quote me. I don't know. Don't quote me on that either, but that does sound like a good indication. You know when you have to tell your friends to police you that you're playing a fun deck. They're gonna preordain, probably look for some more lands. They mulliganed a fair bit and kept 1 swamp, so they might get stuck on lands here. I don't know though if they're preordaining and stuff. They're gonna try to disfigure the Delver. I don't think we want to Vapor Snag our own Delver here. Maybe we do. I think I'm gonna get fancy with it. Let's Vapor Snag our own Delver. Let's just see how that plays out. Lynx, you're here. We're Vapor Snagging our own Delvers. We've done so much damage to ourselves. How are you doing tonight, Lynx? R&D. I guess you can have a lot of names. So our opponent's stumbling a little bit, which is good. That's kind of one of the other reasons I used the Vapor Snag there. We're not doing a whole lot of fancy stuff. Not too bad. Glad you're not doing too bad. Glad bad. I'm a poet, guys. Yeah, I think using that Vapor Snag defensively there was probably the right move, considering our opponent's kind of slow start. And we've drawn lots of non-instant and sorcery spells, so I'm assuming we're going to flip this Delver with one here soon, at least. So let's see if we do this time. If we flip Delver, we can close this out. I just want to call it a night. No, not a Spell Stutter. Okay, well that's good, because if they do run out like a I don't know, like another Disfigure. We've seen 2 Disfigures already. We've seen 3 Disfigures already. So I don't know. I know, right? This is the 3rd Delver deck this month. At least I knew that I should have Vapor Snagged it. And here comes a Probe. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards. Not kicked, so they're just going to do some looting around. It's resolving, I think. That's why they haven't gone down in hand size yet. We gotta flip this Delver, man. Like, just leaving them on 16 is not what we want to be doing with our lives. Pretty glad to have the Spell Stutter sprite back for the next Disfigure. If they have another Disfigure. Ponder, heck yeah. Okay, let's do some cantripping. Pump our Spell Fist. Have a look for some cards. There's a bunch more. Okay, so let's put Spell Fist. Oh, I don't know. I guess we can draw into it with the first one anyway. But I think I just want to cantrip a good enough. Well, no, I probably don't want to burn all my cantrips here because I want to pump the 2 Spell Fists when I get the chance. So if I'm going to be doing that, I should probably put Ponder first and then Spell Fist and then Preordain. And we won't shuffle. We will Preordain, grab that Spell Fist, and leave the Ponder on top. So we'll top this first. Then we'll top the Spell Fist. We'll play out the Spell Fist. Maybe we won't play out the Spell Fist. I kind of want to leave Spell Stutter up just in case they have another Disfigure. And we'll go to combat first because they might use it in combat. I'm still going to play this on my second main phase, but this is just kind of hedging against another Disfigure. Okay, so here comes the second Spell Fist. MG Flory, what is up? Got our opponent on 10 playing blue-white Prowess. No dazes or anything to protect us here, but they're going to Chainer's Edict. I think I'll just get rid of one of the I don't know, though. These could very well be attacking for some good unblockable damage next turn. Like, if they play a creature out here, we can Journey it, and then... I don't know, though. Delver's just always a 3-2, though, so I think I'm going to leave Delver. There is a Ponder, so let's Ponder. We knew that was coming. So I found out if you got anything to send the school. That's awesome, yes! And I believe you have me on Twitter, so send me the address. Great time of year for that. I do have stuff. Okay, there's a Seeker, too. I think I want the majority of these spells. So I'm gonna go... I don't want the land this turn. I think I'm gonna go... Island... Daze... Seeker, and choose not to shuffle. Though I think they have a counterspell up, so I might just leave up Spell Stutter Vapor Snag here, just in case they have some spot removal that they want to point our way. Then again, Spell Stutter Sprite's not really getting any better. Yeah, absolutely. Send me that address. I will fire it off to you. I have some pretty strong reasons to believe that they have counterspell here. And so for that reason, maybe I should have left up the Daze. They don't have many one mana spells I care about. So I think I might just run out Seeker here. They might have Doomblade too, instead of Counterspell, but I'm assuming this is just straight up Counterspell. A Prohibit, okay. Couldn't counter that with this anyway. We'll pass. Hopefully we don't get burned. I guess we can save one of these creatures with a Vapor Snag anyway. See what this is. Mole Drifter, okay. So I think if we draw... Yeah, actually, no, we can just kill them next turn. With Prowess triggers. So let's... We have Daze as well. Yeah, we just win. Okay, so let's... Journey to Nowhere. Do you have to pick a creature with this? Like, can I... How do you hold priority? Can I, like, target the Mole Drifter with this and then Journey to Nowhere it? Because that's what I want to do. Can I, like... Oh, yeah. I have Daze here. So can I Journey to Nowhere, choose Mole Drifter, and then if it was on the stack... That was the most uncomfortable. What did you have to do? Guys, help. How do you hold priority? Do I have to hold priority? Because I think I'll do it. I do it with the Exile trigger on the stack. No idea. Hold control. Okay. So I'm going to Journey to Nowhere. I'm going to let it hit the battlefield. Guys, I can't screw this up. Here comes Journey to Nowhere. And then I'm going to target Mole Drifter and hold priority. And Vapor Snag Mole Drifter. To get the triggers. That way I don't have to target one of my own creatures with Journey to Nowhere. Get up to 6 damage on board. Well, 5 damage. Oh yeah, I could have just Vapor Snagged the Muldrifter anyway. See if they've got a move here. Journey to Nowhere will do nothing. We will go to combat. Yeah, I should... I had to be fancy. Okay, they scoop. Yeah, I guess I gave them a little bit more information than I had to there, but... Whatever. I'm the fancy master. Yeah, that was fancy. Okay, so blue-black control. I probably want Dispels. Mutagenic Growth was pretty good there. I definitely want Stormbound Geists. So I think I'm going to go Stormbound Geists. Maybe over a Spell Fist. Like, I'll shave a Spell Fist for a Stormbound Geist. Spellstutter Sprite counters Disfigure, so I want to keep that in. And I think Vapor Snag was fancier than Mutagenic Growth. We're going to be Vapor Snagging stuff that doesn't really matter. Unless they're on, like, the Gurmangler version, but then at least we have these journeys as kind of contingencies. And we might want Dispels too, but we're not, like, I think Dispels are for when you want to counter pump spells out of, you want to counter a pump spell out of, whatchamacallit, out of Stompy. I don't think they're for this matchup. I think Stormbound Geists and an extra Mutagenic Growth feel pretty good, and I don't know what I'd cut for Dispels. Like, I could think about cutting Brainstorm, but if I can flip a couple Delvers early, then that'll look pretty good. Couple Delvers and a Mutagenic Growth to protect them from Disfigure. Then again, I might not want to count creatures at all. I haven't played Cobblade yet, MG Flory. I'm sorry. There's only so much time. I have the deck list saved on my desktop. When you get those weird flashes of George, that's me looking at, no! Hemorrhaging viewers. Yeah, I'm having a tough time here. I want these Dispels for their counter spells, but I guess fighting counter wars isn't really what's going to win us the game. I think just, like, using our mana to cast Dispels probably isn't something we want to do. We could use it to, like, pump. There's probably some fancy stuff to do with the Dispels, and this probably is a decent matchup for it, but I just don't know what else I would cut. I think cutting any more creatures is risky. I think, like, yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. All right, so Magic decided it was going to resize my window again, like a champ, like a boss. They got stuck on one land there, too. That may be why that was so convincing. This hand looks really bad. Like, really bad. I'm going to mulligan, because if we just draw lands from there... this looks a lot better. I'm going to keep this. Scry White Source to the top. I'm going to keep that. There. Yeah. Okay. Pass. Brainstorm not doing a whole lot. Like, I'm not super high on Brainstorm today, but I could see it being good in this deck, for sure. All right. I thought I F6'd. No, I must just be F2ing. Make sure I go through combat here, make sure I made my land drop. Oh, the preview window too. So butthurt about this stuff. Like, Magic Online and OBS are not tight at all. They're not friends. There. All right, cool. And we will pass. I don't think I'm going to do any brainstorming. I feel like we'll just lock ourselves into bad draws. And I don't think we want bad draws against this deck. I think they've got a counterspell up right friggin' now. So, well, we have some threats, so let's just start jamming threats until they run out of answers. Even though this is a deck full of answers. I don't really think there's any reason to hold back Elusive Spellfist. There's probably a point where they're going to play a 3-drop. Maybe I should have waited for Stormbound Geist, but I'm not going to play anything here. This might just be hard control. Let's play out Stormbound Geist just in case they have another Prohibit, and this will keep it out of range of Prohibit until they have a 4th mana. Just regular old counterspell. Okay, so hopefully we can resolve one of these two threats next turn. And then we'll have a brainstorm to pump them up in future turns. Okay, so let's try Spellfist first. See how they feel about that. They probably either have counter, like I don't see them snapping off a 7-land hand without a ton of interaction in this deck. And let's try to run out Seeker, see what happens. All tapped out, no way to interact with their board. Mutagenic Growth, I guess, against Disfigure, which is kind of nice. Let's see what this is. Opponent is going to just Forbidden Alchemy, do some card drawing, do some filtering, do all the fancy stuff. Actually, no, we're the fancy deck today. We're getting fancy, opponent. You be good over there. And by be good, I mean, you know, that whole chestnut. It looks like we ran them out of interaction, though. Like, I'm pretty good with that. Top 4. So they got something besides land. Let's see what it is. We have protection against Disfigure here, which is nice. I'm definitely sacking Edict to a... See if we can 2-for-2 them. Get some pumps going on. Dodge that Echoing Decay. And then we'll have Brainstorm for next turn. They could, like... Casting any spell there would have been fine, but... Yeah. Now it's out of the way of Disfigure as well. All right, so it looks like we're going to get a turn out of this. Oh, Delver into Brainstorm? Yes, man. Okay, I'm going to Brainstorm in combat, I think. Yeah. Hopefully we find a non-creature spell to put back. Go straight through to blocks. See if they want to point any removal spells at us. Let's Brainstorm. Trigger, 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 trigger. Trigger, 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 trigger. Hopefully we find a non-creature spell in these 3 cards, or an instant or sorcery spell. That would be tight. Okay, we did. So let's put back Island, Ponder, get in for 5, cast Delver of Secrets. I don't think we cast another Seeker of the Way here because they're going to counter the Delver. Okay, so I don't feel like they have another Echoing Decay in hand, but we don't have any instant or sorcery spells to back it up. So let's cast the other Seeker. We're going to be able to get some Ponder value off of it next turn. Maybe get rid of that island on the top of our deck. I really hope they don't have another Echoing Decay. They're going to cast a Muldrifter, which is fine. Draw a couple cards. We'll Ponder. Ponder into a jillion triggers, which I should always, yes, always yield to. We gotta go so fast now. Like, they're at the point of stabilizing, and we're starting to run out of advantage. So we're gonna have to do something about that. So let's look at the top 3 with Ponder. Yeah, I don't really like any of these spells. So let's go any order and shuffle the library, draw a card. It's a Vapor Snag. That's sweet. All right, we have to be Sonic again. No, wait. I think that's the star thing from Mario. Do we Vapor Snag their Muldrifter? Like, what's that? Like 8, 9 damage, putting them down to 5? And then we have Lethal on board next turn unless they cast a blocker. And if they cast Muldrifter to draw 2 again, then they're surely not... We'll put them at 4. So they have to kill both of our Seekers? They have to have 2 removal spells effectively for like almost no mana? I think I'm gonna do it. Call me crazy, but I'm going for it. Uh-oh. MG Flory, where were you seconds ago? Well, I think the thing is like we just win, right? Like unless they have a key number, like a key certain couple of removal spells, and they were digging. If they have Echoing Decay here, I'm gonna feel like a dummy. But yeah, let's see what they have. Was that crazy? Was that crazy? They probably have like a jillion removal spells now. All right, Doomblade, our Seeker. That's all right. We're just gonna find a bunch of cards off top of our deck. It'll be okay. This has to be aggressive though. Like I don't think we have any other way to interact. They're gonna evoke a Muldrifter here. I don't know, you told me. Yeah, that was kind of crazy what I did there. Ooh, that would have been a good Vapor Snag target. All right, Gush. Vapor Snag. Oh, I think that's just it. Okay, Vapor Snag, Pumper Dudes. I know, I'm so good. We did it, match 1 in the books. Cool. We're gonna go first. Well, I can't play any of these spells. Can't play any of these spells neither. I feel like it's a cop-out. Like, this deck doesn't run a ton of lands. Like, I feel like complaining about getting mana screwed. Oh my god, did you just change the size of the window again? Oh, I'm getting so tilted. Getting so tilted, guys. The preview window was a mistake. Let's all just agree that the preview window was a mistake. We have to mulligan this. Opponent's still on 7. We find like a keepable hand, but not a great one, unless this is like the worst 7. Oh my god, I'm so mad. Okay, we did it. Unless this is like the worst 7-card keep a burn deck has ever made. Well, okay, well if it's burn, we're feeling a little bit better now. I'm gonna preordain. We're gonna leave Seeker on top and draw it right now. I think I'm gonna bottom this island. Our mana curve isn't super high. Depending on what they're on here, we might just run the Seeker out right away. Looks like Stompy, so Seeker's gonna be Deece. It could be Elves too. Maybe we should spell. I think I'm gonna leave up Spell Stutter Sprite here actually. Delver. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave up Sprite and then we'll play Seeker Delver next turn. If it's Stompy or Elves, whichever one it does end up being, Spell Stutter Sprite just feels better here. I guess Stompy could be like, there's a lot of 2-drops in Stompy, but it is what it is, you know. Oh, really? Pony Puddle, changing it up. Maybe they took some hard losses to Stompy. They're just trying to like chill out. You're gonna tap for some mana, untap their Quirion Ranger, play their mana, get up to 2 mana. That's a bummer. And there's a BTE. Can't do anything about that. And there's a Nest Invader. Can't do anything about that either. Kind of an awkward leave up Spell Stutter Sprite turn, huh? Do we run out Spell Stutter Sprite here? I don't think so. I don't think so. Our mana's going to be tied up next turn anyway. Like, either we'll find something to pump Seeker at instant speed, or... But this isn't a clock. Like, I guess it blocks Quirion Ranger. And we could draw another one, so yeah, I'm gonna run it out. There are ways that this could go that I'll want Spell Stutter on the battlefield. Okay, here we go. Ponder, yeah, stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to... I kind of want to Delver Ponder here, but that's really mana inefficient. I think I'm going to Seeker Delver, and then I'll Ponder next turn. There's, oh, what is it called? Distortion Strike. There's one Distortion Strike. Here, I'll hit you up with that deck list. Just play 2 dudes, yeah. Yeah, like, because I think the Ponder will be fun. Like, if we don't flip Delver here, like, we're not super concerned with that. We're gonna have to outvalue this deck, which is kind of weird because our interaction package isn't great against them. They're gonna Rancor up the Quirion Ranger. Are they getting frisky with Quirion Ranger? Well, okay. I'll block. Getting in. I'm not going to trade off Seeker here. This could be setting up for a Hunger of the Howl pack too, which is interesting. Yeah, Seeker does give me a lot of play. But yeah, I don't want to trade a Seeker for any of these creatures. I will block with Spell Stutter Sprite. They can't have anything, so this is just Quirion Ranger for Spell Stutter Sprite. I guess like Forest, like re-equip the Rancor, or re-enchant the Rancor and play a Hunger of the Howl pack would be bad, but they didn't bounce their Forest there either, which is very, very interesting. Blind Flip. And it's a Daze, heck yeah. Okay. So we Blind Flip a Delver. Yeah. Oh, right, mutagenic growth. That's true. That's true. Gotta stop touching my face. Okay, so I think I am gonna ponder here. I don't know if I want to get in with Seeker for 3. We gain 3, go up to 16. Like, we could attack for 6, I guess. Like, we have a faster clock than them in that sense. And we could daze the Ranker on the way back down, which would be kind of sweet. If that's an option to us. I think I am going to do that. I think I'm going to swing for 6 here. Well, depending on what... If we find an instant... Ugh, this is weird. We haven't made our land drop yet this turn. They can't race you if you keep having lifelink. You're right, yeah. So in that case, more Delvers probably isn't what we want to see here. Like, we can cast one of them this turn. Like, that might be a reason, but then we can't shuffle. We're just going to draw Island Delver for the next couple turns. So I think we're just going to any order and shuffle. And we draw Brainstorm, which is sweet. Yeah, okay, so I'm still going to get in. And, I kind of want to use this Brainstorm to gain more life, but that's not really in the cards right now. So I'll do this. This will be our lifelink trigger for next turn. Really hope we can daze a Rancor here. That would be awesome. Oh, baby. Oh, yes. Oh, no, we can't. Never mind. There's Quirion Ranger. I guess we could, like, try to daze this Quirion Ranger and make them sack the Eldrazi Scion, sack the Eldrazi spawn. And then they just get a Quirion Ranger and they can't cast a Rancor again this turn. Actually, no, they still get all of their plays if we do that. So I don't think this is where Daze is happening. That could have been correct, but I don't know. Oh, cool, okay. All right, so are they gonna get in? Of course they are. It is Stompy after all. We take 4. Weird that they wouldn't run out of Rancor here. I wonder what their... Skargan Pit Skulk. Right. This is bad. This is pretty bad. Let's... No, we'll leave Daze up. Maybe we'll leave Seeker back next turn. Yeah, I think we'll leave Seeker back next turn and we'll pump it to block the Pit Skulk or to trade with the Pit Skulk and gain some more life and just keep attacking with Delver in the air. Because even if they don't play a spell first main phase next turn, we still might have some play there. There's another Daze, which is pretty sweet. Okay, so maybe... Like, we can Daze our own Brainstorm, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They might just chump the Seeker, but then we can gain a bunch of life. We could, like, Brainstorm, maybe Brainstorm into a Gush or something. Gain another 4 up to 16. We take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next on the Crackback. Then we're at 5. Yeah, I think that's correct, too. That's what feels right to me. But I feel like I can get them to trade some resources this way, too, right? I have a reason to cast Brainstorm next turn. Or this turn, that is. Maybe find something that we want with Brainstorm. These Dazes aren't doing anything anymore. Yeah. Okay, I think I am going to leave Seeker on blocks. If I can get rid of this Skargan Pit Skull, then that would be sweet. Beforehand. Like before combat? Before Pit Skulk becomes unblockable? We can, yes. Okay, they're going to try to Rancor. So let's... That'll be 4 power. And then we won't be able to eat it. So let's... try to Daze Rancor. Returning an island to our hand. Triggers. They can pay for Rancors they can pay for Dazes all day. But if we keep dazing them and brainstorming, like, we're still in an okay position. They're going to pay 1 for days, so let's see if they want to sack this Eldrazi spawn to force it through. And then we can brainstorm. Yeah. Yeah. But I think I'm going to try to get them to sack their Scion here. And I should have tapped that for mana probably, but... that was silly, huh? If I draw a Vapor Snag here off a Brainstorm, I'm going to feel like a dummy. And they're going to sack the Scion, okay. I'm leaving up enough mana for Brainstorm, because if we Brainstorm here, we will, we'll still have enough mana to, or we'll still, Seeker of the Way will still be big enough to block Pit Skulk, or any of their creatures pretty profitably. We'll gain a bunch of life. So let's draw 3. Hopefully we find a shuffle effect. We can get rid of one of these lands. Oh my goodness. I feel like an idiot. Okay, let's go Island, Vapor Snag. They're going to get the Rancor down. But we can block with Seeker of the Way now, so it's not a huge deal. I really wish I would have friggin' floated that blue mana. That was a pretty mad punt there. And are they going to pump the Pit Skulk again? Another rank? Come on! Oh, my life would be so much better if I would have just kept that Brainstorm, or if I would have tapped that Island. Sometimes you frig up, guys. Sometimes you frig up. All right, okay. So let's play out an Island. And we'll probably just get in with Delver here, leave up Vapor Snag for next turn. Though they could have Vines. And then we're just dead. If they have Vines, we're just dead. No, and I also don't believe in hardcasting Dazes. I wanted to cast that Brainstorm so that we could get this creature bigger than Scargun Pit Skulk, but I think if they have Vines of the Basswood, we're just dead. So I think I'm going to Vapor Snag this now. Oh god, it's so much better. Like, are we just dead if I do that now? No, because we have... Spellfist blocks a lot of this stuff really well, too. But then if we Spellfist, we are just dead. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So I think... Oh yeah, you're right, because I only have 1 blocker. Yeah, okay. You are correct. Okay, so let's put a stop on their upkeep. That's a really good point, MG Flory. We're just dead if they have Vines, so I should definitely bounce the Skargan Pit Skulk on their upkeep. Or try to, anyway. Oh, if I would have had that Vapor... Or if I would have floated that blue mana and not been an idiot, that could have gone a lot better. We'll see what they've got here. If they have... Yeah, if they have Vines, we're dead anyway, so... And this way, we've got a second. Okay, cool. Are we just dead to trample damage? If they spread it out, so if they put it on like Quirion Ranger, Nest Invader, they'll have 4, 5, 6, 7. We can block here, gain 3, go to 9. We'll go to 2. That doesn't seem very good. Oh, you're right, though. They're at 5. And they're going to replay their Rancor on something now. Yeah, you're right. Should have waited till combat. I guess I was trying to make sure they didn't draw a Vines that would kill us there, but... I don't think we can go to 4. Or I don't think we can go to 2. But there isn't much difference, right? Can we win next turn? No. Because I believe we brainstormed. Thank you so much for the bits. How much is it? 250 bits. Heck yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. If we draw Mutagenic Growth, we can Mutagenic Growth the Insect Elaboration and win, I guess. But I think we brainstorm something else to the top. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have land on top. But we're just, I think we're dead next turn anyway. Let's take 1, go to 2. I wonder if any amount of blocking would be okay. Island is on top, yeah. I think we're dead. That might have gone differently if I would have kept the blue mana up, but I don't know. Like, say they went to combat. We Vapor Snagged Skargon Pit Skulk in combat here. Or at 8. They don't have 8 damage on board. I wonder if they trade Vault Scourge for Delver. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, we're still not just dead next turn if we do that. And we can play out Elusive Spellfist as a blocker anyway. For, like, Query Ranger or something. We'll get Vault Scourge off the battlefield. We might survive one more turn, and if not... So looking in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on their turn. If we play Elusive Spellfist as a blocker. We'll go to 2. If they just don't block. But if they don't block and we find a non-creature spell, we win. So I think I'm going to attack here. I think we got some pretty narrow outs, and we really got to play to them. We know they've got a Rancor in hand. Yeah. Oh yeah, Spellfist is coming down. I don't want to play it because it might change the way that they're, yeah, okay. It might change the way that they'll play this part, and that could be relevant. But I don't think our odds of winning this are very good. Let's see what they got. Turn off this upkeep stop. Rancor. And Rancor up the Query Ranger. Ugh, okay. Trading with a Query Ranger here? Or are we going to 1? Like, I think we're going to trade with a Query Ranger. And just hope we don't draw a blank. We're going to untap Burning Tree Emissary. This will be unblockable anyway. We probably can't win from 1 life. They're going to play another Skargon Pit Skulk next turn that Elusive Spellfist likely, yeah, so 1 blocker doesn't do us any good next turn anyway. We're gonna have to find, like, some runners here. But even runners, because this is Skargon Pit Skulk, and we have very few things in our deck that can block that. Island is not a runner. Okay, Stompy gets this one. Yeah. Okay, so there's our first loss of the night. That was a tough matchup, I feel like. That wasn't an easy matchup. It's funny, I adjusted my bits to look like certain things, and it doesn't look like they are looking like those things. Maybe I have to fix that. All right, so we're the control deck here. So I think we have to bring in some of that interaction. So I think Gut Shots, maybe Gut Shots. Oh, what does Gut Shot even kill that we care about? Nothing, right? Piracy Charm doesn't really do it either. Piracy Charm, like, I think the sideboard means to be more aggressive than Stompy. A Journey to Nowhere probably won't go astray, so I'm going to bring in a Journey, and I'm going to take out a Sprite. I might take out a couple Sprites to bring into spells. They might have Hunger of the Howlpacks that we want to counter, and these just do a better job of it. I can take out Brainstorm, but I don't know. Brainstorm seems really good in this deck. Like, Brainstorm seems better in this deck than it does in just Mono Blue Delver. They have Skargon Pit Skulk and Query Ranger that we saw last game. Yeah, you're probably right, though. Okay, so I'll bring in one more Sprite. Yeah, because they can just replay their stuff. It can, this can screw up a Rancor on their turn. I guess this can too. But this triggers our Prowess creatures, but yeah, I think you're right. I think Vapor Snag probably is worse than Sprite in some numbers. I kind of like this, unless I'm going to go down a Brainstorm for another Vapor Snag or something. I don't think we want Gut Shots. Gut Shots are probably just good if we're being like hyper aggressive. Yeah, this is tough. I don't want to cut any Spell Fists. They're good enough blockers. I kind of do want one more Vapor Snag than I have. Maybe we take out Distortion Strike, but Distortion Strike might just steal us games. And it'll get their Seeker the way. Yeah, Distortion Strike's good for this matchup. This looks good. I can't think of any other cuts I want to make. Like, Journey to Nowhere might be a little too inefficient, but it's more efficient than more Vapor Snags. I feel like Sprite gets worse, but alright, let's try it like that. Alright. Hey, the event list is working now. That's awesome. I was having trouble getting that to work too. Maybe there's like a little bit of a delay on when the stuff from Streamlabs kicks in. Okay, we're gonna play first for sure. For sure. Another just straight unplayable mulliganable hand. We're gonna mulligan. This is better, but like not a lot better. I think this is keepable. Like if we find a white source with Preordain, our opponent's keeping 6. I guess we decide if we're gonna keep first. I think I'll keep this. Turn 1 Preordain will hopefully find us some answers. Vapor Snag on top. I'm gonna keep that on top. I'm gonna leave that up on turn 2 because that might help us fizzle a Rancor. Okay, so play this Preordain. We have Vapor Snag on top. We also have a Daze on top. Okay, so I'm gonna put Vapor Snag on top first and grab this Daze. And pass the turn. See if we can disrupt them. I'll see what this 1-drop is. If this is like Quirion Ranger, I might Daze it. Nettle Sentinel. I think I'm gonna Daze that. Yeah. Okay. Some beats averted. Minor aversion of beats. Alright, we'll play it back out our island. Maybe they'll play another 1-drop into Rancor, and we can Vapor Snag with Rancor on the snack. On the snack. They're going to play a Vault Scourge, yep. And Rancor. And another Vault Scourge, okay. Okay. Let's go, let it go through. Keep our Vapor Snag, we'll keep a Dispel up as well. Pass back to them. I could really use some white mana here. Dispel's not doing a whole lot. Here come the Vault Scourges. Scourging away. They're just gonna pass. Ugh. More white spells we can't cast. Getting pretty close to firing off this Gush. Gush on the end of their turn? Hell no. No, that is not one of the appropriate times to cast Gush. Unless you're really desperate, I think. That might be an appropriate time. They're just gonna keep playing lands. Oh my gosh, come on. Okay, I think now we have to Gush. Because we're not hitting anything. This will help us hit her. Oh, come on, man! Seriously? Bunch of mutagenic growths? Nothing they're gonna do for us. I don't know if I want to run this Vapor Snag out. I don't think I do. I don't think for the sake of mana efficiency that's worth anything. They were hardcore on lands there too. Like if we would have found anything but 2 mutagenic growths on the top of our library, I think we might have been in good shape. Yeah, I can cast these. Opponent's just going to kill us with the Vault Scourge beatdown, looks like. I didn't think that was a bad keep. Like, we only have 6 white spells in our deck. I guess we have 7 today. Okay. Even if I do find, yeah, like there's a white source. But I still don't think we're doing super well. Like, at least we can still try to fizzle a Rancor with a Vapor Snag here, but not feeling too hot about it. There's a Rancor. Let's try to fizzle it. See if that works. They might have Vines here too. Okay, they don't. Good. What are you going to cast now? Hunger Del Howl Pack. Yep. Okay. Nothing died there, so that's not super good for them or anything. It looks like they're low on creatures. Maybe we'll start casting these Seekers, pumping them with mutagenic growths and just getting ahead, but I don't know. They've had a fair amount of lifelink to toy around with. Looks, yeah, I don't know. This is tough. We're not blocking ever with these Seekers, so racing on the ground looks like what we're gonna have to be doing here. We're gonna pull this out. Ponder. I think I want to hold on to Ponder for lifelink triggers in the future. Mind you, we've got lots of lifelink triggers. What are we going to ponder into? Like, what are we looking for? Delver? I guess Delver could help us close out the game. Maybe another white source? I think we're going to hold on to Ponder, considering how many Seekers I have in hand. Yeah, I'm just going to cast this island and say go. That way we can save these for when they inevitably cast creatures. I guess they only have one card in hand, which is good for us, but we only have 9 minutes on clock, man. I gotta play faster. I gotta play like a lot faster. Okay, go. They're gonna get in, okay. Sure. Yep. 2 cards in hand. There's a Solana Ledgewalker. They're going to come back to us. We find a Journey to Nowhere. Okay, so let's Journey to Nowhere the... Oh no, we should cast another Seeker. I don't think we're in the position where we want to start journeying here. So cast another Seeker, Ponder for that lifelink prowess value. Pump the dudes. I should yield to these, probably. Always yield. Always yes. Ponders. We find Island, Ponder, Delver. So let's go... Island, Ponder, Delver? Don't shuffle. Cast Delver. Attack with Seeker of the Way. And try to attack for lethal next turn. With mutagenic growths and Seekers. Opponent thinking about whether they want to block. We can just F6. I don't think there's any instant speed fight cards. Or any instant speed removal in their deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know that there's any card in their deck that is lethal against us next turn, so I'm gonna time that with an aggro deck, team. Getting in with the Skur, getting in with everything. Okay. Sure. Yep. And what's this? Scargon Pit Skulk, yep. Turn comes back to us. We're going to flip Delver. Gain just a buttload of life here. Yes, we will flip Delver. Cast a Seeker. Cast a Ponder. Bunch of triggers. Always yield. Always yield. Always yield. Always yield. Always yield. Always yield. We find... nothing that really helps us right here. I guess Vapor Snag could. So I'm going to go Island, Spellfist, Vapor Snag. I'm not going to shuffle. We got plenty of ways to trigger our creatures. I'm going to get in for attacks. We're attacking for 9 right now. And this is... they're not going to block. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19? That is so close to lethal. That's crazy. Okay, so let's pass. We might be able to win next turn. We only got 7 minutes on clock, so we gotta be smart here. Okay, see if they want to get in. If this isn't lethal, I'm just gonna take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they're gonna gain 2 up to 17. We can do 17 next turn. I think I will I'm just going to take it. If they play a blocker, I'll Vapor Snag it end of turn. Or I'll Vapor Snag it on our turn, actually. They're just going to pass. Okay. Okay. Go to attacks. Attack with everything. Go through to blocks. Mutagenic growth. Pay 2. Bunch of triggers. 7 minutes on the clock. Okay, we won. They had a really bad opener, though. There's a chance that we weren't getting anywhere with that. Yeah, I think the sideboarding was correct. I still want one more Vapor Snag. Maybe even like over a Journey to Nowhere. I feel like there just isn't enough white mana. White. Well, we didn't feel like we had enough white mana in our deck that time because we drew a bunch of Seeker of the Ways, but maybe I shouldn't complain about drawing a bunch of Seeker of the Ways because this is the Seeker of the Way deck. But I'll submit like this. I think that was good. I think that was where we want it to be. Get this over in an appropriate region again. Thank you so much for those bits earlier, by the way. Oh crap! I gotta focus. No, I think the spell is really good. I think Hunger of the Howlpack, Vines of the Vastwood. I think Vine. Oh, Joe, what is up? Thank you so much for the bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, my custom images didn't get in for the bits there. Lost Nation JC, thank you for those bits earlier, and thank you, Joe, for the bits. I see you out there. I see you wildin'. Thanks for your sub last night too. That's awesome, man. Said you're waiting for it all that time. Oh wow, look, another hand with no lands in it, we got a mulligan. Has this happened every game? I'm gonna keep Preordain on top. And our opponent's going to have a turn 1 play, and this is gonna get dicey. Okay, so turn 1, Preordain. Actually, yeah, maybe I should have Evolving Wilds there. Turn 1, Preordain. We will keep probably just Spell Stutter. No, I think both of these are fine. Both of these could be good plays next turn. So I'm going to keep both of these past a turn. And they'll go do some stuff, probably cast a ton of creatures. Hashtag no board wipes and Pauper. Stompy gonna stomp. Burning Tree? No, just a Nest Invader. Okay, that's not the worst thing that could have happened. All right, so I'm going to play out a Plains here and just pass the turn. Spell Stutter Sprite and Vapor Snag are both spells I might want to end up casting. So I'm just going to be wary of that, taking good amount of damage here, though. So 1 drop, but 1 drop I care about. Rancor. Okay, let's try to Spell Stutter that. Or let's Spell Stutter it. What's the name down in the bottom for? Oh, that's just the event reel. It just says what everybody's been up to. Can you read it? Oh god, come on. 2 rankers? Man. Why? Why, opponent? Why? Why? Okay, let's see what happens now. Skargan Pit Skulk, okay. Comes back to us. We will Island. I gotta play fast here, guys. Seeker of the Way. And pass the turn with Vapor Snag up. I will, at the beginning of their combat step, I'll Vapor Snag. Unless they target Skargan Pit Skulk with something, then I'll probably Vapor Snag that. Yeah, okay. Well, let's let them go to attacks. And I will Vapor Snag this. Pump Seeker of the Way. Looks like they're gonna Vines. You gonna Vines? Which one do you Vines, though, right? Yeah. So which one do you Vines? Okay, trigger. So they have a Vines of the Vastwood in hand. P.S. Vapor Snag the Nettle Sentinel. Or Vapor Snag that guy. Here comes Skargan Pit Skulk. They really made me feel like they have a Vines there, so I'm just not going to block. If they want to spend their turn doing an extra 4 damage, then so be it. This is just going to be another Nest Invader. Oh, BTE. Okay, no problem. Sure. Maybe I should have blocked there. Nest Invader. This is going to be over super fast here, team. Okay. All right. More stuff. Rancor. Sweet. Wow, that's sure is a good looking board, huh, team? Let's preordain. Have a look at a couple cards. There's a Distortion Strike and a Delver of Secrets. Neither of those are something that we want to be doing right now. So I'm going to bottom both of those, draw a card. It's a Delver anyway. I'm just going to play out Evolving Wilds and play out Elusive Spellfist. At least I can block a 2/2, but like we're at 12. This is Stompy. I kind of even want to just serve with this, but we'll trade it with something next turn if we can. All right, let's pass. Gonna do some real suboptimal blocking. No emote ideas yet. I was thinking of some stuff that has to do with spices, some things that relates to being spicy. But yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's go to blocks. We will block Skargan Pitskulk like this, block the Elusive Spellfist here, and take 4 from the Nettle Sentinel down to 8. They probably have vines. No, they're gonna trade, okay. Okay. We've gotten out of worse than this before, team. Here's the Solana Ledgewalker. Good against a lot of our spells. And they're going to untap the Nettle, or untap the Nest Invader. 1 card in hand. 4 minutes on clock for us. We will fetch. There's only one Brainstorm idea in our, or there's only one Brainstorm in our deck. I'm going to get another island here. We draw a Ponder, so let's play Delver of Secrets. Cast Ponder. Trigger Spellfist, try to flip Delver so that we can block better. Yeah, this isn't even... Flipping Delver might not be a priority here. So we'll do it like this. We won't shuffle. We will cast Seeker and pass it back to them. Got some somewhat better blocks. No flip Delver for a minute or so here. But we're going to have to make some pretty tight blocks. We're going to, like, we can block Solana Ledgewalker with Spell Stutter Sprite. Scattershot Archer. Okay, Scattershot Archer is not super good against us. That's okay. I'm okay with Scattershot. Okay, let's see what their combat step looks like. Serving. Serving with the guy. Okay, so let's go to blocks. Pump Spell is kind of a blowout here. So does 1 Pump Spell make it so that, like, we'll trade with it anyway, right? I'm just going to block like this and like this. I don't see this getting any better. They can trade a Pump Spell for 2 of our creatures, but I'd rather them trade it for 2 of our creatures and us not die. Yep, they're going to trade a Vines for our creatures. We're still going to take 4 down to 4. Things aren't looking too swell here, gang. I think we're more or less dead next turn. Because we're drawing Elusive Spellfist. So what does next turn look like now? Can we just scoop? Can we just save ourselves the anguish and scoop? So if we cast Elusive Spellfist, block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we block, can we get 4 in front of it? We can get 3 in front of it. So 1, 2, 3. Can we go to 1? We can go to 1. Yeah. Play out that Evolving Wilds. You're right. Potentially an out on top. Potential. We're gonna be on 1 life, and we're not gonna be making any good trades. But I appreciate the shouts out to the Evolving Wilds here. This is looking pretty bad. If they drew any of their pump spells, we're straight dead. All right. Well, let's offer another trade. I'm just going to put a Spellfist in front of it, actually. We'll take 2, go down to 2. And Skargan Pitskulk, just Solana Ledgewalker. So we're pretty priced into taking 2 here next turn. Get our other planes, but I think that's just it. Delver, flip. Island, okay, sure. That's it. Good night, Stompy. Even, like, Blindfold Delver on the draw is fine. I guess we get 2 threats down, and heck, there's a hell of a lot of non-creature spells in our deck now. We got most of our creature spells. I'm going to keep. See if we can scry a white source to the top. I will keep Ponder on top. Set up that Delver flip as early as we can. And yeah, just going to go like that. And we're against Burn. All right, Stompy and then Burn. Speaking of fast matches, gang. Well, let's try to assemble our own Lightning Bolt a turn with Delver of Secrets. Hopefully find a white source for Seeker next turn with Ponder. And they're going to Thermal Alchemist. Okay, we're good with that. We are fine with that. Let's find some counterspells and stuff. Did you get any good stuff? Mutagenic Growth? Yep, we'll flip. Okay, so because we get the flip there, I'm a little less inclined to Ponder. I kind of want to play this Elusive Spellfist out and get the Ponder value off of it next turn, and we're going to attack with Delver here. We're going to put a good clock on our opponent. But they're burned, though, so... They're probably like, Mutagenic Growth, nice. Even the ones to myself. Oh, you bought your own gifts to yourself. Yeah. Not a bad deal. Not the worst deal ever, but... Did you want it that way, though? Did you want to buy your own gifts? We're gonna get dropped. Drop of the Needle. Gonna probably help them find their land drop. And they're up to 5 cards in their hand. 5 burn spells kills us. Less than 4 burn spells kills us. So let's do some good seeking next turn. Yep. I feel like it's always very dangerous to Mutagenic Growth against burn, because Fire Blast is an instant. And there's that whole chestnut. No white source on top. So let's Ponder. Have a little peek, have a little look-see. See what we find. Huh. Alright, Spellster, I think all of this is just a little bit too slow. We can daze 1 burn spell next turn. But, like, I don't really want to go down on land drops here. I'm going to any order and shuffle. And we find another white card. Good work, team. Good work. Good search. Maybe 2 planes was a little light. Maybe. Although, we're attacking for quite a bit every turn. We've managed to do more damage than our burn opponents so far. But they don't need much. Like, this could just be it. Like, factually it. This is Searing Blaze? Nope, Curse of the... No Ash Barons. And I think that's because... Ash Barons costs 1 mana. Just put simply, Ash Barons cost 1 mana. So you don't get the value off of, or you can't always do that whole thing. I think Vapor Snagging Thermo Alchemist might almost be worth it here. But we got to turn that clock on too. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If we play Elusive Spellfist here, we can win next turn. So I'm going to play out Elusive Spellfist and go for attacks and hope we're not dead. How about that? Is everybody cool with that? Everybody cool with not being dead? Trying to win the game anyway. This Mutagenic Growth feels so bad. Like... seriously so bad. Lava Spike us down to 7, functionally at 6. So we're dead to a ton of stuff here. So they got 1. So we're at 6. And then at 5 if they have another spell. And then lightning, like any free burn spell kills us. Otherwise we win. So if they have Fire Blast, we're dead. And from my experience playing Burn, they always have Fire Blast. Yeah, I think they cut the Ash Barons because they wanted to, they didn't want to have to pay the 1 mana all the time. I think the mana is super tied up and important. Oh, they do have Fire Blast! Splendid! No instant speed life gain, so I think that's just GG's, right? 1, 2. Well, you get greedy and don't bounce the Thermo Alchemist because you want to win the game. And they've got a Fire Blast to show you the door. Yep, no way out of this, right? Vapor Snagging on our upkeep? No, we're just dead. See you later, Burn! God. All right, let's bring in Hydroblasts. Let's bring in Dispels. And that's probably what we want to bring in. So Hydroblasts and Dispels. I'm going to go down the Brainstorm here. I'm going to go down the Journeys. And I'm going to go down probably 1 Vapor Snag. 2 Vapor Snags. Actually, Mutagenic Growth seems pretty bad here. I think I'll keep it. Well, Vapor Snag seems worse. So is there anything that's better than both of those cards? I guess Piracy Charm's okay. Brainstorm's probably better, so I'll keep Brainstorm. Not... Yeah, I could have killed myself. I don't think that was like super... I don't think I was like ultra greedy. It was the difference of 2 damage. So if we didn't win on the following turn, they probably had... You know what I mean? Like, we gave them a Thermo Alchemist. We gave them 2 more damage, but if we gave them a whole other turn, it's pretty easy for Burn to assemble 2 damage in a turn, you know what I mean? I think that was just kind of what we had to do there. Okay, so let's play first. This hand looks about as good as any. Let's keep. Counter a burn spell next turn. Sounds good, hopefully. But then they just Searing Blaze, Spell Stutter Sprite, and we're like, wah. Forgotten Cave. Deal. And we'll play an island. Pass. Gush. Ingenious Scob Gush seems like some tech. Like, I feel like you'd have to ask Jay Siri, who built this deck. But I feel like there might have been more Ingenious Scobs in this deck before. There's a Thermo Alchemist. Let's just counter it. I don't know why. Like, we could have waited until it was on the battlefield, but whatever. Now we can have 6. I still don't think we want to tap out for Scob here, so I think I'm just going to play this Evolving Wilds, go get our white source. LOL, what you said. What did I say? What did I say? Did I say something doity? Did I get doity with it? Was it doity like Christina? I'm kind of on tilt about how my bits didn't, my bits down there. My down there bits didn't show up like I wanted them to. Another spell we can't spell stutter. Okay. So go get a white source. And let their Thermal Alchemist resolve. They know we have sprites in our deck. Ooh, something I can counter. Dang, something I can't counter. Dang. Alright, let's draw a 1 mana interaction spell. Deck, you did it. Is this Jank Shank? No, I'll show you my... Wait. I'll show you Jank Shank. I'm gonna blow up this Thermo Alchemist right now. Called shot. Yep, we did it. Somebody clip it. We called the shot. You want your bits to how? Geez, not even the weekend. I know, right? It's the weekend every day for me, you know, deep down. We're gonna do some gushing here next turn, team. Pumping this Scob. Scob stories. Do you guys Action Bronson fans? And anyway, that was supposed to happen with bits. Oh, was it? Ooh, they killed our... Oh, no, okay. Not in a good way. They killed our Ingenious Scob in a bad way. They only have 2 cards in hand, though, and we still have a little bit more disruption. We gotta draw all the disruption, but... Alright, let's play with Spellfist and a land. No gushing yet. No gushing about gush. Oh, is it because I kept saying gush? Gush, 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 gush. It's a really good magic card, Joe. Remember that. Maybe don't. Maybe they'll know I'm trolling you. And I don't know what you've learned about magic since we've had our talk, but they're going to Chain Lightning. Well, that's as good a spell to stutter as any. So let's Spiel Stutter Sprite. I guess they can Searing Blaze spell Stutter Sprite here, which is pretty bad. Do they have Searing Blaze? They do. Okay. We're at 7. Yeah, it's JCR84's list, absolutely. And we ran into Stompy and Burn, and we've been doing about how you'd expect against Stompy and Burn so far. We're going to get a Gush off this turn, which is kind of nice. There's a Daze. I guess we could just hardcast Gush. You don't hardcast Gush, right? Who hardcasts Gush? We couldn't leave anything meaningful up by it anyway. Gush will reserve. I ain't scared of no Pyroblast either, opponent. Hardcast Ace? I like looked up at the chat for a sec. I was like, yeah, I know. All right. The stabilization has arrived somewhat. I can do it. I can hardcast Ace. You guys see how hard I thought about it? I wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna pick up that island. I'm pretty sure I had it tapped and everything. Okay, they scoop. Sweet. See, that's the payoff. That's the payoff. Oh yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That's a good idea. Yeah, information, right? Sometimes you're having such a good LARP about. Do you know what's hilarious? Do you know what's? Let's have a moment. Whoops. He doesn't know I have. I could have had 2 islands, or I could have. No, he does. He does know I have nothing there. Oh man, the hands for this deck look so weird. No, well, so the spell Daze. I think this hand is good enough to keep though. The spell Daze, you can pay for it in a couple ways, and I've only ever paid for it one way. Like I think that was my first ever hardcast Gush, or hardcast Daze, and it was correct to do that there. So, oh, why did they scoop? Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so what do we want here? We want Hydroblast, bar none. I kind of think we want both of these spells. This will get us closer to our white mana anyway. So I think I'm going to, for what it's worth, top. I don't, does this deck always bring in Pyroblast? Like, I don't know that Burn is known for its Pyroblasting of things. Yeah, but I don't know why they scooped there. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Feeling pretty good about what we've got up here, though. We'll ponder. I don't want none of, well, Daze could be okay, but we don't have any way to shuffle these lands away, and we don't want these lands. So we'll shuffle. There's our white source, but we wanted to leave a Hydroblast too, just in case they cast a creature or the curse. It's those recursive spells. Like we're gonna be a minute, so we're gonna have to do something about those creatures. Thermal Alchemist is a monster. Like Thermal Alchemist and Firebrand Archer are monsters. It's like they're just gonna pass. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, I'm not gonna ponder here. I don't want to unnecessarily just like use all my cantrips when I could be using them to get lifelink on my Seeker. And our draw could go a lot differently depending on what they do on their turn. So they just want a whole turn without doing anything, which is sweet. All right, Firebrand Archer. We definitely want to counter that one on the stack. See if they have the Pyroblast to back it up. I feel like they were lining up for something like that. And we will Hydroblast the Firebrand Archer again. And we get rid of their Firebrand Archer. Not the most ideal way to use a bunch of Fireblasts, or a bunch of Hydroblasts, but hey, it does it. It does the trick. I'm just going to update. I'm really bad at updating my win-loss, guys. Like, super bad at it. All right, let's not punt. Let's get some white mana. Doing the hard thinking here, team. All right, so we're definitely going to play Seeker of the Way. We don't have any interaction, so I think we just play Elusive Spellfist Island here, too. And we'll save our non-creature spells for when they matter more. All right, and we'll just pass it over. They got to turn to themselves. And it's pretty easy for Burn to assemble 14 damage out of a hand with that many cards in it. And there's Searing Blaze on Seeker. Yep. No way we could have saved it there anyway, so that's no big deal. And there's Lava Spike to our face. And they pass. Okay. Cool. Cool. Go ahead and pass. Do your passing. They're gonna Fire Blast us down to 4. Okay. Alright, so I'm incentivized to do a little bit of digging for interaction here. Seeker's pretty good. Like, Seeker next turn. But then we can't, if we cast Seeker now, we can't Spell Stutter Sprite off our Ponder, and that might be really relevant. I don't know if I should be sandbagging cantrips. I don't think I should be sandbagging cantrips. Okay, so I'm gonna Ponder. Have a look. We should all sleep more, though. I was about to say, why not double Seeker? That sounds like something I would say. Okay, so we didn't find the interaction that we wanted. Vapor Snag on like one of their creatures would be good. Yeah, I wanted to do some searching for some stuff. And none of this is what we're looking for. So we'll shuffle. Find another land. Okay, so let's Seeker of the way. And I'm probably, like, for anything less than Fire Blast, I'm not going to fire off this Brainstorm. Because we need this life gain next turn, or that's just game. Yeah, I would have loved a second white source there. Welcome, iPyro. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you're enjoying the blue-white Prowess. Yeah, we gotta be up to something, right? Alright, they're gonna pass. And there's a Vapor Snag. Okay, let's run out our other Seeker. Brainstorm. Bunch of triggers. I don't really want this Vapor Snag, so I'd be pretty happy getting rid of it. What's this? Removal spell on our Seeker of the Way? Ugh. Fire Blast us? Why did you slow roll it? Burn. Like... Burn be like, find the Fire Blasts right on time. All right, that's it, right? I'm dead. I'm dead. Am I dead? Oh, crap. Yep. Okay. They won. Congrats, Burn. We're on the play. Let's play. Yeah, it's keepable. We got our white mana, which I'm finding is really important. I'm gonna Delver on turn 1. I feel like turn 1 Delver, this is supposed to be an aggressive deck, so turn 1 Delver, like, days a critical play could be good. Like, I don't know if they, like... It could be good, but maybe not. I guess where we intend to Ponder on our second turn to set up Delver, and we have the Evolving Wilds to fetch away anything we don't want. I think that's good. Delver pass. Are they... Oh god, not again! No! Why? Blind Flip Delver. God. Alright, let's Ponder. And we will go... Island. Mutagenic Growth. Days. I guess it doesn't matter because we're going to shuffle. We aren't going to shuffle. We're going to draw our other days. We're going to play out an Evolving Wilds and pass the turn. And not attack with Delver because I'm an idiot. We're going to lose this game by 1, guys. We are. Here it comes. Oh, cool. Okay. This spell. This. Save the Delver, counter your burn spell. Feels good, man. And we'll crack our Evolving Wilds so we can F6. Pass a turn. Flip the Delver. Oh no, because we shuffled, so we don't know. Oh, there's mutagenic growth. Okay. Well, I was on top anyway, so. Okay. Guys, that was so weird. I was like, I'm gonna set up the top of my deck for Delver, and and then I shuffled my library and I flipped the same card anyway. I guess Never Lucky is pretty appropriate here. So spell stutter. There's another Searing Blaze. How much does Searing Blaze do? 3. So we can mutagenic growth to save it. I think I'll do that. Mutagenic growth. Pay 2. Gets +2/+2. Sweet. Takes 3. It's down to 1. Want to throw another burn spell at it? Nah, no you don't, do ya? There's a Scob. So we're going to continue leading up counter magic here. I'm going to fetch for another island for when that becomes relevant. There's only 2 planes in this deck. Like, it blows my mind that there's only 2 planes. It's like the like Skred Delver, how Skred Delver only runs the 2 snow-covered mountains. There's the Archer. We don't have a way to get that off the battlefield, but I don't think there's any reason to daze it, so there's that. All right. Playing around daze. Sack our Evolving Wilds, get another blue source, and draw our white cards. Draw another island. So we can't leave anything meaningful up here. Like, we can't leave Spell Stutter Sprite up if we play out Ingenious Scob here. We could, like, Scob and then Gush, but if you go Shields down for a turn, just to play Ingenious Scob, that doesn't feel good either. I guess we can play Ingenious Scob and protect it. They seem to be pretty into removing our creatures. But I think Spell Stuttering a Counterspell is just a lot better. And then leading up Daze, or Spell Stuttering a Burn Spell is a lot better. And then leaving up Daze as well. So I'm just going to do that. Go Shields down when we have to go Shields down. Try to run them out of as many resources as we can. Pass it back to them. They got no instant speed plays, which is nice. Well, they might. Lightning Bolts. Okay, I'll stutter that. Spell Stutter Sprite the Lightning Bolt. We take 1 from Firebrand Archer. It's still not, like, unreasonable for Burn to just, like, do all the damage that it has to do here. Like, it's... seriously. Not a huge Burn fan, guys. Alright, so they are going to do that. Yep. We will not pay for the Chain Lightning. And what's this now? Needle Drop, huh? Okay, not gonna counter Needle Drop here. I can't counter Needle Drop here. I'm not gonna force him to pay more mana. Chain Lightning, I will counter that. Okay, so counter this. We can hard cast it. Tilt out about my preview window a little bit, because friggin' Moto, right? Okay, maybe it'll understand where I want it to be soon. And are you gonna attack with the Archer? Come on. There's another Daze. Okay. I think we're gonna Gush looking for a Seeker here, because we can still do all of our interactive things without it on the battlefield. Like, we make another land drop. There's a Seeker, okay. So play Seeker of the Way. Then we'll have 1 mana left. Oh no, we haven't made a land drop. So we can play Seeker of the Way. We don't have an answer for Firebrand Archer. Like, we are so few spells away from just dying. I don't feel like we can just take a turn off to play Ingenious Scob here, but I also don't feel like... Yeah, I feel like I have to, right? But what interaction do we have? Spell Stutter, I guess? Because then we might be able to have Spell Stutter Daze up. So that's what we're looking for here is Spell Stutter. Yep. Vapor Snag, sweet. Okay, so bottom Distortion Strike. Top Vapor Snag. And I think we're going to do it on our turn because they stand to get some value out of this Firebrand Archer. And if they can recast it before they cast any of their burn spells anyway. Yes, always yield. Always yes. Bounce that guy. Get in with Spell Stutter and Insectal Aberration for 4. We have ways that we can line up Winds next turn too. Fire Blast is instant, yeah. Yeah, we weren't just dead to Fire Blast there, but not far off. Not far off at all. So they recast Firebrand Archer, we can daze the whatever burn spell they end up casting. If they have, if their hand is, you know, a bunch of spells, like if they have Fire Blast in their hand, we're dead, right? Because they Firebrand Archer for 2, like we daze a Lightning Bolt, we go down to 6, and they Fire Blast, we go down to 1. So I guess we're not just dead. And then we can start attacking with Seeker, but we don't have any non-creature spells either, right? So they're running it through. Like if they just have 3 burn spells. Well, if they have 2 burn spells, we're not dead. If we have 3 burn spells, we're dead. Lava Spike to our face. Do you got the old Fire Blasty? Ooh. So what's going on here? Fire Blast. 2 mana float. Come on, man! Come on, dude! Why always the Fire Blast? Right after we get our Seeker down. Alright. This has been the most disheartening matches against Burn I've ever played. Okay, alright. Out with a couple snags. Out with Journeys. Bring in Dispels and Hydroblasts. And probably take out the Brainstorm. Which might be incorrect. This might be a... it could even be a Gutshot matchup, I don't know. It could be a Brainstorm matchup, it could be a Piracy Charm matchup. But anyway. Sometimes you play against Burn, guys. Sometimes you play Burn, you get burned. Alright, let's play first. Mulligan number like 1,000,000 of the night? Sure, okay, let's keep. Turn 1 Delver. I don't know, good enough. That doesn't flip Delver. But we do want to make another land drop, so I'm going to top that. Alright, we can't race this deck anyway. Because apparently all of our burn opponents have it all. So there's, yeah. Here's Riftabolt. Riftubolta. And we're not going to be flipping Delver. No, don't flip Delver. Play out Spellfist. And we'll give it back to them. Give it back to Burn. Knight of the Burn. Knight of the Burn Willows. At the very least, we didn't lose that last game by 1 from me not attacking with Delver, so I feel a little bit better about it, at least. And we'll pass. We got Mutagenic Growth for their Searing Blazes, so there's that anyway. Here comes Riftabolt coming at our face. Hitting us in the face. Hitting us in the face. I don't really know, like... We can daze their There's Searing Blaze here, which would be nice if they Searing Blaze and we can daze it. Though I might just Mutagenic Growth. I don't really have to do anything. I'm gonna daze. Because we don't have our land drop. Yeah, we don't have our land drop for next turn anyway. Yeah. Daze was the plays there. They lose their Searing Blaze. We get our turn back. Flip Delver. Do it. Do it. Yes. Yeah, and it probably will lose a lot of value because it's not going to be countering their their whatchamacallits, their Fire Blasts. So we're like, I don't have super high hopes for this match unless they play creatures for the next 2 turns. Which could make sense. Like if they were trying to Searing Blaze and Elusive Spellfist, then they might have kind of a slow hand. But they might just be like targeting Elusive Spellfist with Searing Blaze. Mutagenic Growth is good against Searing Blaze, but that's really all that we've got game against right now. Like with this hand, with this current hand. There's a tapped land. And we revealed Vapor Snag too, so if they're on creatures, they're probably just not going to cast them. Yeah, okay. All right. Cool. Go into their own end step. Gonna pass through. Wait for us to tap down some mana, I assume. They're gonna try to Magma Jet the Delver on our turn, which is kind of weird. So Mutagenic Growth it. They know we're running Mutagenic Growth. Yeah. Magma Jet is pretty good for us here, for sure. For sure. We're gonna attack for 7 here. They're gonna get to Scry, which isn't the best, but only on 2 Vapor Snags here. Some people aren't really fans of Magma Jet and Burn at all. Like, do you play Burn, Pyro? Do you are you one of the Magma Jet and Burn advocates? And I don't know why. I don't know why they would have done it there. We got them on a 2-turn clock, and if they're pointing their burn spells at our creatures, at least it'll give us a second. Let's see what this is. We got no way to protect anything now. Vapor Snag our own Delver. That almost doesn't seem too bad. We have another Vapor Snag if they play a creature here. I'm gonna Vapor Snag my Delver. We've won games in weirder ways. A Vapor Snag Delver. Chain Lightning fizzles. If they play a creature here and we can bounce it, that is just gas. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Trigger. Yeah. Yeah, they're very into killing our creatures. And if we can just, I don't know, we can just keep putting them off that. Maybe we can set up this Delver flip. Oh, God. Oh, we're gonna beat Burn. I need this. I need this so bad. Okay, Ponder goes off. I wouldn't mind seeing 1 card deeper with a Ponder. Like, if we shuffle and draw a land or a white spell here, it's really bad. We only got 4 white spells in our deck. What cards do we want to see off the top right now anyway? Hydroblast or Dispel? But this will give us another pump from Elusive Spellfist. Let's go Sprite, Ponder, Ponder. We won't shuffle our library. Let's pump Spellfist again. And hope we can still set up Delver Flip here. Okay, so go Sprite, Ponder, Preordain. Don't shuffle. Go to attacks. Get him for 3. Yeah, I don't think they've got 14 damage for us next turn, but you never know. 3 burn spells and a Fire Blast. Game over, team. Or wait, no. That puts us to 1, but at the still, right? Like land. Yeah, I guess that has to be exactly their hand. It would have to be like land. They're gonna bolt the Delver. Okay. That's... I don't know about that there. I don't know if you can win doing that. Unless their hand is just like perfect to set up a win now. I'm gonna keep Spell Stutter Sprite on top here and draw it. And not get greedy. Ooh, well, Daze is tempting too. We can Daze our own Preordain here and win. But if they have Fire Blast to remove our Elusive Spellfist, we don't win. Spell Stutter's probably just better. I want to get fancy so bad. Is there any way we can have both? No. We can't have both and cast them both. Oh, we can, though. We can. So we draw Island here. If we go... I think... Yeah, I think... I'm gonna go like this. Choose not to shuffle. Draw the island, play the island, preordain, pump the Spellfist. And if I can find another cantrip, I might just do that. No, I can't. So I knew it was on top. So we'll bottom this, top this, draw it, and get him for 3. And pass the turn. We got 1 damage in the air next turn. Part of me kind of thinks I should have gone for it there. Because now 3 burn spells, Fire Blast kills us. Well, I guess we can counter one of them. Searing Blaze is really bad. We're going to Spell Stutter on their end step anyway. And that would have been super flashy. I like Preordain, Daze my own Preordain. Riftbolt Hardcast, something we can't counter. Okay. Yep. Riftbolt on our Elusive Spellfist. Okay. And we flash in a Spell Stutter. I wouldn't expect 14 days. Yeah, they didn't. Okay, we got it. All right. That seemed pretty dicey. But if they just want to remove our creatures all game, like, whatever, like, it would be fine. Yeah. I guess you would expect, like, you would expect probably non-creature spell over 1 powered attacker. This hand seems really good. All right, James T3. Can you beat this hand? This is a real good hand. Forgotten Cave gets cycled. Pitching lands already, huh? Maybe they just kept a really land-heavy hand or something? I don't see why. I don't see a ton of reasons for wanting to pitch that there, but... Alright, let's see what Burn's got. What do you got, Burn? I like this mountain a lot. I do have to commend them on their land choices. Okay, there goes a Riftbolt. Okay. Ooh. Alright, well, we still can only cast 1 Daze at a time, so we can Spell Stutter and Daze. We can Hydro Blast and Daze too. If they're on Searing Blaze, which they could be now, fair amount of cycling has happened. If they're on Searing Blaze, yeah, keeps off damage for a while, but not a whole lot of pressure. That's right, and Burn is the pressure deck. All right, okay, so if I Hydro Blast this Riftbolt and they can't Searing Blaze, and if they cast 2 1-mana burn spells, we can Daze one of them. I actually think I Hydro Blast this Riftbolt. If they play a creature, we can kill it with our other Hydro Blast. Okay, there's a stack. Let's try to counter Riftbolt. Gets countered. Okay, let's see what they cast here. We can Daze a good number of their plays. They've been cycling lands away like crazy. And like I said, any creature can just get blasted on our turn. or on the next turn. Little choked on mana ourselves. I felt pretty choked on mana all night. Like, very choked on mana all night. What if they were sitting on a lot of Searing Blazes? Yeah, if they're sitting on a lot of Searing Blazes, I feel like that's the play. Curse of the Pure start. Okay, sweet. That is absolutely something I want to daze there. Yep. Okay, looking pretty good. We got Hydroblast Spell Stutter Sprite up again. Elusive Spell Fist. They didn't play a land there. They missed their land drop. And they've been cycling lands away like crazy. So I have reason to believe that they're on Searing Blaze. Spellstutter Sprites are not going to counter anything we care about, really. If they play another land, I'll Hydroblast over Spellstutter. I guess we can Spellstutter. Yeah, we could Spellstutter a 1-drop. Yeah, we got our land drop this turn, too. Okay, so if they play a 1-mana burn spell and try to... Oh, no, it's just a Firebrand Archer. Okay, try to counter that. And if they have a Pyroblast, we can daze it. I'm gonna daze pretty much whatever here. No, just Rift Bolt, okay. No worries, no worries. So we're not doing anything about Rift Bolts anymore. Ugh, okay. We're kind of held down, like we're not really doing anything. They have 3 cards in hand, which is somewhat reassuring. So here comes Rift Bolt. You can't counter that with a Spell Stutter, as I learned. As I've learned. And yeah, and what if they're sitting on a lot of Searing Blazes? If it's a 1-mana burn spell, I will Spell Stutter it here, because we can, well, if it isn't land. So if they don't play a land, they play a 1-mana burn spell, I'll Stutter it. And then, yeah, okay. Land. What are the odds of this finding us an untapped blue source? Not very high. Not very high. So let's pass. We're not discarding the hand size yet or anything, so I'm not super worried about it. And we're in a pretty good position. I think we're in a pretty good position. I feel okay about it. There's Seeker of the Way. I'm gonna run out Seeker. And pass. They probably are on a bunch of Searing Blazes. Maybe I shouldn't have run out Seeker there. But like, if we can... Yeah, so there's Lightning Bolts. Daze doesn't do anything for us here, so I'm just going to go ahead and let it go. Sure. Mega Bro! What's up, man? How you doing tonight? I think that was the play there, because we're going to start preordaining and stuff here shortly. Yeah, let's preordain. Let's try to hit another island. There's another island. Bottom, top. Play the island and pass the turn. Now we can start doing stuff while leaving up our interaction. I'm doing really good, actually. We're having a ton of fun with this deck tonight. Glad to see you again, dude. I'm so stoked that you're dropping into my streams all the time. I really appreciate that, man. There's a Distortion Strike. That's cool. Distortion Strike. That's for all those metal delvers out there. Would have liked to flip Delver off of this, but... Alright. So opponent can target our Delver with a 1-mana burn spell, and still... Ooh, Searing Blaze. So... Huh. If we Vapor Snag, I gotta stop touching my face. Poor brother, true metal. I think pressuring with not Seeker would have probably been better, since opponent has shown that they're trying to kill pretty much any creature. Yeah, they're pretty into killing creatures. Having a tough time here. I don't know if I want to Vapor Snag my Delver and fizzle the Searing Blaze. But with my darkest of heart and in deepest of voids. But I think I kind of have to here. Actually, no, I don't have to. I have more interruption in my hand. They're still at 20, though. Like, we're not doing a lot. And turn comes back. There's an Evolving Wilds. Let's play Evolving Wilds. Oh yeah, maybe Sprite would have been the... Maybe Sprite end of turn, but I feel like they have another Searing Blaze in hand. That's probably just incorrect. Opponent's gonna pass. We'll get an island. Get the turn back. There's a Delver. Let's play out Delver. Even though leaving 2 fairies up there might have been correct, but they're playing Spellfist, potentially. Pass the turn. We got Vapor Snag. If they play a creature, we can Vapor Snag their creature. Have a good night, Kirk. We're just playing blue-white tonight, and our opponents are on red. They're on what's called Burn. And Burn just, like, kills so fast. We've had some pretty disheartening losses to Burn. Hey, Umbra Lurks, you're not super late. Well, we're on our 4th match. We're on our 4th match, but that's not super late. There's a Searing Blaze. Triggering Firebrand Archer. Yeah, they are on just 100 Searing Blazes, huh? I know the feel of a Burn deck. You know, the sweet caress of it on the back of your neck. Yeah, I'm gonna let this go. I have to let it go. There's nothing we can really do here. And then I'll Spell Stutter a 1-mana burn spell if I can. So we're down to 7. That's a pretty precarious place to be. I'm gonna Vapor Snag this Firebrand Archer. That might draw out a burn spell on their end of turn. But we're not sitting very pretty here. They have 3 spells in hand. End of turn. We're going to try to Vapor Snag this Firebrand Archer. But like, I don't feel super good about this. I had a really good hand too. It's too bad. Come on. Fire Blast. What? So we got down to 2? Why do they always have it? Do they play 4 of these? And is this another Fire Blast? Oh my god, why? Why? Oh. Okay, we're dead. GG's. Did a good amount of mulliganing tonight. Like, I don't feel like this deck mulligans super well. I don't know that. I don't feel like this deck mulligans super well. Like, I've had bad hands into mulligans pretty often. This just seems like bad. Ugh. Ugh. If we just draw lands, we die. If this is Stompy, we die. I think I have to... Oh, God. Actually, this isn't too bad. I will scry Spell Stutter to the bottom and give him the turn. Not burn again, please. Not burn again. Okay, good. Opponent on turn 1 Fairy Miscreant. We will go on turn 1 Delver. Daze your days. Nope, okay. Pass the turn. Hopefully we can go over the head of the other Delver decks. Or hopefully Seeker of the Way gets us there. Like, Seeker of the Way gives us that little extra life gain push to get away with beating Delver. Not gonna Daze a Ponder. Sometimes I think I should, though. You know? I'm watching too much Andrea Mangucci. He's all about dazing the cantrips. He's not all about that, by the way. Yeah, it looks like opponent... That probably would have been a decent daze target for me. Do I Mutagenic Growth defensively here? No, not yet. Not yet. So this is probably Skred. It could be like blue-black fairies. Like blue-black fairy control or something. Nope. No, I think we bottomed that. So this is going to be kind of weird. We're going to try to draw into a land and leave a non-creature spell on top. Okay, cool. on top, draw into a land, play that land, and go to attacks. Get in with the Delver. Just wanted to make my land drop this turn. And next turn with Flip Delver, we can leave Spell Stutter up. They're going to go find a Skred, presumably. Or find some red mana for their Skreds. This is a really good deck. I love playing Ixalan Delver. We had a moment together. We had a moment, and I heard Kung Fu Trees whispering beautifully in the wind. And he said, hey man, I bet you'd really like playing Skred Delver. They're going to try to bolt our Delver. So we fire off 2 mutagenic growths here. So we have Preordain on top. We'll flip Delver next turn. But then, like, 2-for-1ing yourself against a Delver deck doesn't seem great. We can't daze it. Alright, let it go. Mono Blue Delver is probably their read. Cycling an Ash Baron's going to get some more red mana. Or it might be their second island, yeah. Alright. I don't know why you wouldn't do that first, I guess, but anyway. It is what it is. Maybe 2 mutagenic growths was the play there. Alright, let's pass. We'll try to Spell Stutter one of their Delvers. Cycle another Ash Barons. They had a lot of lands in hand. That's good. So their hand is like 1 land, 4 unknowns right now. 4 unknowns. I guess that's not super good. Alright, they're gonna Ponder. I should have dazed that first Ponder. That might have been right. Alright, they're going to go to attacks with Fairy Miscreant. They must know we have Spell Stutter Sprite up here. So it's not getting any better. I'm just going to pass. We find an Evolving Wilds, we'll play it. And pass turn. Go get our white source. Leave up Spell Stutter. Preordain. Okay. Okay. No answers for Ninja here. I guess we can like block it with Spell Stutter and Mutagenic Growth, which is like a little fancy. Alright, they're gonna get in. Oh no, we can't. We can't block it with Spell Stutter Sprite. Because they'll like Ninja now. Huh. This isn't trivial. This isn't trivial. They get a Ninja down, we're pretty much dead meat. So I'm going to do this. Play a Spell Stutter. On attacks. Are they going to Spell Stutter in response? And now they can still pick up their Fairy Miscreant. Let's try to daze this Spell Stutter. We gotta stop them from getting that Ninja down. It's almost obvious that there's a Ninja in their hand. Okay, so their Spell Stutter is going to resolve. Countering our Spell Stutter, let's crack this, and we will just F6 now. This is definitely the Gutshot matchup. Yep, no Ninja this turn, but we're not looking too hot. Okay, let's play Elusive Spellfist. Actually, we might want to get down a... We might want to get down one of our lifelinkers, so... That's not super hot. It's not a super hot take. I guess we could do a real good brainstorm. Shuffle away these mutagenic growths that aren't doing anything. Could save us from Skreds, but like all of our stuff is dead to Skred now anyway. That might just be the play. So let's go... but then we're not doing anything either. Let's go Gush, Evolving Wilds, Brainstorm. I could see ways where this would go well next turn. So let's play out Elusive Spellfist. And you know what? They probably have a removal spell for it. But we'll see. If it's Lightning Bolt, we can Mutagenic Growth. Which isn't any better, really, but it is what it is. We save our Elusive Spellfist. We fizzle their burn spell. Skred. Skred indeed. Okay. Alright. 2 for 1ing ourselves against burn doesn't feel super hot. We're going to be able to get a little bit fancy next turn, but it's probably going to be too little too late. I'm basically going to show that I understand how Gush and Brainstorm work. Kind of backwards, though, because we're not shuffling lands away. So I guess maybe even incorrectly. Yeah, they got Ninja down. That's probably it. I would say that's it. So there's Evolving Wilds. Let's Brainstorm into our Gush. Get rid of Mutagenic Growth. Evolving Wilds. Crack Evolving Wilds. Get a island. Comes in tapped. We will Gush. A couple of islands back. Draw a couple more cards. Leave up a Spell Stutter Sprite, but that's I think we're a little too slow on this one, but we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Yes, I am tired of playing Burn as well, but this is we're not doing a lot better here. That's all right, man. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for dropping in, dude. I'll see you on Thursday night for some silly old Sims. Okay. Chumping Ninja, trading Spell Stutter Sprite for a random card off the top of their deck. How good is that? Trading Spell Stutter Sprite for a removal spell. How good is that? Let's Sprite here, because if this goes badly, we can still Journey the Ninja. Okay, cool. Block Ninja, choosing not to Sprite our Sprite there, which is interesting. Delver, okay. Mutagenic Growth, huh? I think we're probably just dead. Like, they have 5 cards in hand. They're a lot better than our 5 cards. They're pretty far ahead on board. So if I journey here, they Sprite and counter our journey, and we really need this journey to know where to resolve. Ugh. Okay, let's ponder. Here's a Seeker. Let's try to bait out that Spell Stutter Sprite. They know that we didn't shuffle. I don't know. It really depends on how they read us here, but yeah, they probably understand. Like, when they go to attacks and we flash in Spell Stutter Sprite, if we don't, we'll throw this Mutagenic Growth at it to try to fizzle the Ninja. Okay, here comes their Sprite. Okay, that's good. So maybe we'll get this Journey to Nowhere off next turn, unless they drew like a hard counter. Ugh. But we probably even just want to get Seeker out. There's Vapor Snag. Okay, so let's get down Seeker, hopefully. Maybe we should have preordained for interaction. We don't have a ton. There's another Sprite. Okay, so let's... No, they get it even through a Vapor Snag. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is bad, guys. It does feel really bad. It does. Like, I don't feel like there's any way out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's preordain. The one time in my life I wish I had a Scattershot Archer. We'll do that. We'll pass. We're gonna have to, like, bounce Ninja on damage step? I don't really know when you bounce Ninja here. Or if you do bounce Ninja. Let's see if they flip Delver. If they flip Delver, we'll bounce that. Unless they, like, well, even if they reveal Counterspell, I guess. Okay, alright, okay, alright. So, I might be able to stop before damage goes through, like after blocks, but... Yes, okay. Here comes another Ninja. Okay. Okay, let's go through to damage. Ninjas are gonna do their thing. I'm gonna bounce a ninja. Doesn't really... They're probably gonna Spell Stutter or Vapor Snag. Yeah, we're just dead. Okay. No, if I do it at blocks, I can just ninja it back in with their mana. There might have been like a reason to do that there. Okay, so are we... Gut shots come in for sure. Gut shots, Piracy Charm. Stormbound Geist? Dispel? No, Dispel's not great. The Echoing Truth? No, Echoing Truth's not good either. There could be Stormbound Geist. Journey to Nowhere is too inefficient. Doesn't do enough. They're probably a better Delver deck than us, so we should go down to Brainstorm. That gets us most of these cards in. What else do we want to shave? Maybe... I think we want the Mutagenic Growth, so I could even see wanting another Mutagenic Growth. We're gonna get out Spell Stuttered all day, probably. Maybe Distortion Strike? Because the life gain isn't as critical here, we'll bring in this last Gut Shot. And hopefully that works. Oh, well, a Piracy Charm gives them unblockable once anyway. For when we need it. Okay, I would like to play first. Turn 1 Delver, set it up on turn 2. Alright. Let's Delver super hard, guys. Delver Del Secrets. I'd really want to go get another island off of this Evolving Wilds. I don't feel like I want to get another Plains. There's a fairy. Okay, let's blind flip Delver like beasts here. No. Okay. And we don't have an untapped land to fairy next turn, so let's try to set up a Delver flip with Ponder. Okay, so we will go... And we can't crack our Evolving Wilds until next turn. That might not have been the play there. Okay, so let's go like this. And don't shuffle. That'll flip Delver next turn. It'll give us a Gut Shot in hand. We'll play Evolving Wilds. We're not going to crack it. Pass the turn, so we can just F6. And they're on Mountain. Okay. Can't save ourselves from a Lightning Bolt here. I guess I could just do it in response to us cracking the Evolving Wilds. Or in response to Delver flip. Maybe flipping Delver really fast isn't that critical here. This is tough, gang. This is tough. All right, let's pass through, flip Delver. If they have one of the red removal spells, so be it. We do flip Delver. Find a Ponder. So let's crack. No, let's Ponder first. Ponder. They probably have a removal spell going on here. Another Delver is interesting. We could, like, draw the island. But I think we want interaction more here. I think we might just want Delver Seeker. Island Delver Seeker. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. Okay, so what do we want first? We probably want Seeker before Delver. And we want Island right now. So let's go Seeker, Delver, Island. We won't shuffle yet. Play the Island. Yeah, we're going to be doing shuffling here anyway, I think. But what can you do? I don't think turns can continue to go by where we don't have another mana source. Not doing anything with this island right now, but I'm going to pass. There's a chance I don't crack this. I might just draw the Seeker next turn. Let's see what this is. You're going to Skred our Delver. Or Lightning Bolt our Delver. Yeah, okay. Sure. Sure. So if that's the case, our plan changes a lot. Oh god, is this Ninja? Don't. Let's try to Gut Shot. I feel like if they were slow rolling that lightning bolt for so long, they were gonna see if we attacked. They're gonna spell Stutter Sprite. Ugh, and they're playing around days too. I'm thinking so hard about the best way to get out of this, but it's just not coming to me, guys. This is not easy. But they can't ninja now, I guess. So we got that going for us. We draw a land, going to Preordain. I'll keep Preordain on top, bottom Evolving Wilds. We will Preordain, find a Seeker of the Way and a Delver. Let's draw Seeker and play it now. I'd say this will draw out another removal spell, and at least they can't spell stutter it this second. They could daze it, I guess, but... Okay. Ponders, yep. Pondres. Is this all fairies? No, just fairies you control. It's not a symmetrical fairy counter, unfortunately. That'd be kind of interesting if it was, though. Probably wouldn't see as much play as it does. Get another blue source. So here comes Ninja, I assume. And we're probably in trouble once that happens. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep, uh-huh. We draw Delver. I'm gonna Gush in combat here. I have Spell Stutter up for a removal spell. I'm not gonna play Evolving Wilds yet, if that's the case. So I'm gonna attack with Seeker. Wait till we go to blocks. Tap a couple blue mana. Yeah, because if I'm not spell stuttering with it, then I don't really need it. Trigger. Get some lifelink, pump the Seeker of the Way, draw a couple cards. Find a Vapor Snag. Vapor Snag's pretty bad here. Okay, see if well, they'll let us go through the damage before they target it, probably. All right, so we'll play out an island and Delver. And this is going to be a fairy miscreant. We can't fairy their fairy. We can't stop them from countering that, so that's okay. We'll have to let them fairy our Delver, which we kind of wanted and needed. Hoping I can counter one of their burn spells, or one of the spells targeting Seeker with our fairy. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe this deck isn't as aggressive as I thought it was, and it really just wants to... It's really just using Spell Stutter sprites to protect... Ooh. To protect Seeker of the Ways. But Delver means we're dead, so... They're gonna sprite our sprite and get a Delver. Seems pretty good for them. Seems pretty good for them. You know, this deck needs Scattershot Archer. Alright, here comes Delver. Yep. What we can do about that? So let's try to get through an ingenious... Actually, no, they might block differently depending on how Seeker goes here. So I'm going to play Untap Land, attack with Seeker, saving this Mutagenic Growth to save the Seeker. Yeah, okay. Chumps with Fairy. Let's try to get an ingenious Scob down. It's Scobbed. Scob stories. They're going to Pyroblast the Scob. Okay. Ooh, only one card in hand, though. Delver flips. Crap. Guys, this is pretty bad for us. I'm gonna Mutagenic Growth Seeker here. Opponent has one spell in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll have to take 6 here, I guess. And we might not be able to trigger Prowess next turn. That Distortion Strike is probably a pretty tight spell in this deck. There's another Delver. I'll probably, they're empty-handed now, so I'll probably just Vapor Snag their, yeah. So I'm gonna have to Vapor Snag Delver on my turn, get Prowess going, draw a couple lands, because that's what we do. Go to combat, attack with Seeker of the Way. Hope we keep drawing non-creature spells. Will you block? You're gonna take 3. You're gonna take 3. Okay. We'll go back up to 12. Are they gonna flip Delver? They haven't done any setting up. Like, if they flip, okay. So Delver is one known card. They have an unknown card in hand. They get in with the bosses. Leave back a couple blockers. I don't understand the leaving back blockers last time. They didn't block with any of them. That's something I try to stick to. That's one of those really important, like, lesson things that I picked up. I think that was a limited resource lesson. We find a Gut Shot. Now that's kind of dandy. So it's Gut Shot. No, that's not really that dandy. I guess we're up 1 life either way, but then they hit us for 8. So I think we Gut Shot Delver here. Trigger, trigger. But I guess if they have a removal spell, we're kind of screwed. I probably should have waited there. And play out an Evolving Wilds, go ahead. To combat. They know we got nothing. Give us your worst. They go down to 7. We go back up to 10. Pass a turn. Oh, there's so many cards in this deck that are so good. I have worries. I have worries. Do they have Brainstorm here? They're stopped on upkeep, so I'm kind of assuming they have a Brainstorm or something. No, no Brainstorm, no Flip Delver. That's good. They do cycle Ash Barrens on upkeep, so 1 land in hand, and it'll be 1 unknown when all is said and done. 1 unknown in hand, gonna be probably another Delver, it looks like. Oh gosh, great. No, yeah, just the best unknown to have. Boy, could I use a Gush right now, huh? They're gonna Brainstorm. Wow. This is card advantage at its finest, team. This is how they do it. Oh, God, okay. Let's go find another island. And F6. This is hurting. This is a hurting, like, this is just demoralizing. I remember the first couple of times I played against Delver, it was just so tough for me. It was just so hard to stay in it, you know? They're going to go shuffle away what they didn't like from their Brainstorm, which is odd because I think they would have tried to set up Delver, but maybe they just didn't draw any creatures, or they didn't draw any instants. Piracy Charm, huh? Piracy Charm kills Delver. We go to 2. Okay. Seems pretty bad. Seems really bad, actually. Land 2 ninjas kills us here, too. And if they're doing this main phase, I kind of... Oh, Augur. Augur Bolt kills us here. Lots of stuff killing us here, team. They're going to preordain. That's not a bolt, but they can preordain into a bolt. More than likely preordain into a bolt. Should really update our record a little bit here. Oh, here they come. Here they come. The fairies are really... Daze doesn't do anything. Okay. All right, that's it, guys. That's Blue-White Prowess for this week. Yep. See you later, Skred Delver.